Model Code of Conduct. Candidates Election Booth. Disclaimer: this training material is for use in training of election officials. It should not be referred as guideline of ECI. In case of any variance in this training material, the Commission guidelines, rules, laws shall prevail. Learning outcomes. At the end of the session, the participants will be able to know about the candidate selection booth. Cite the guidelines to open candidate selection booth. Summarize the inclusion of expenditure on such booths in the election expenditure account of the candidate. Candidate selection booth. Candidate can set up an election booth on the day of poll outside the 200-meter periphery of the polling station premises. Booth shall be with an umbrella or a small tent measuring not more than 10 feet by 10 feet to protect from weather conditions. Such booth shall not be enclosed by the canals or tentage, etc. Even where more than one polling station has been set up in the same polling station location or premises, there shall be only one booth of a candidate for such group of polling stations. Only one table and 2 chairs shall be provided at each such booth with an umbrella or a small tent measuring not more than 10 feet by 10 feet. Only one banner with party symbol or photograph. Size should not exceed 4 feet by 8 feet, subject to local laws. Candidate wishing to set up an election booth shall intimate in writing in advance to the returning officer the names and serial numbers of the polling station where such booths are proposed to be set up. Candidates shall also obtain the written permission of the concerned government authorities or local authorities like corporations, municipalities, Zilla Parishads, town area committees, Panchayat Samitis, etc. under the relevant local laws before setting up such booths. Such a written permission must be available with the persons manning the booth for production before the police or the election authorities concerned on demand. The persons who are nominated to man such booth shall be a voter in the same polling station area. He or she shall also have an epic card, and whenever any sector magistrate or observer asks the person to disclose his identity, he or she will show the epic card. Proper care to be taken that any person with criminal antecedent shall not man such booths. In case this instruction is not followed by any candidate, immediate action shall be taken by the returning officer. The local police shall keep a close watch over the movement of such persons so that they do not create any disturbance in the polling area or in the vicinity. Purpose of candidate selection booth. Such booths shall be used only for the sole purpose of issuing unofficial identity slips to the electors. These unofficial identity slips shall be printed strictly in accordance with the instructions of the Commission on the subject, without the name or symbol of the candidate or the name of the political party. No crowd shall be allowed to collect at such booths in any circumstances, nor shall any person who has already cast his vote at the polling station be allowed to come to the booth. The persons manning the booths shall not cause any obstruction whatsoever in the way of the electors proceeding to the polling stations, or prevent them from going to the booth of the other candidates, or create any hurdles in the right of the voters to exercise their franchise according to their own free will. No elector shall be influenced in any way whatsoever to either come and collect the unofficial identity slip from the particular booth, or if he comes to such booth of his own accord, to vote in favor of or against any party candidate contesting in the election. Any violation of directions issued by the Commission will result into removal of such election booths. Expenses on candidate election booth. The details of expenditure on candidate selection booth shall be included in the Schedule 6 of details of elections funds and expenditure of candidate. The Schedule 6 is shown on the screen. In this educational video, we have learned about the candidate selection booth. If you have any doubt or want any clarification, then you can contact through the mail as shown on the screen. For other videos on rules and regulations, you can visit the web address as shown. Thank you.